sending out a unified message to this guy that he should step down and give his people a fair chance to live their lives without fear. And this suddenly becomes the cause célèbre for some folks in Congress? Come on.
He's talking about Gaddafi, that the U.S. should be unified in saying Gaddafi should step down. So,
oh, yeah. Hey, so
he seemed to be implying that members of
Gaddafi's the only bad guy in the world?
Well, I'm asking, do you agree that members of Congress who are calling for U.S. troops to leave Libya are are sending mixed messages to Gaddafi? And is it important that U.S. politicians are unified on the issue?
Well, no, it's not important. What is a free country supposed to do? What is a democracy supposed to do? What are debates all about? This idea that you can't dissent from a president that we sincerely believe is thwarting the Constitution, we're not supposed to say anything? I mean, that's just beyond imagination. So, but the whole idea, because he's a bad guy and we don't like him and he might have done something if we hadn't gone in, well, they said Gaddafi might kill civilians. Well, how many civilians have been killed since we've been involved in bombing them? Hundreds, maybe thousands of individuals being killed over there, and Gaddafi is not killing his own people. But there are a lot of bad people in the world. Does he want to do that in every dictatorship around the country? But we have, since the Cold War ended, we've assumed this responsibility that we have to dictate to every single country which dictators should run their country. So when there's a good dictator, you know, we sort of give them a lot of money. When they turn against us or we decide he's a bad dictator, I mean, it wasn't so many years ago that we were doing business with Gaddafi. Just a few years ago. It's just over and over. At one moment, we're their best friends, as you know, we were on the same side as bin Laden was when the Soviets were in Afghanistan. Then he became our arch enemy. Saddam Hussein was our best friend in the 80s. We helped him, and we even helped them get a nuclear reactor at one time. And so it's just flip-flopping around, and we forget about the purpose of the Congress and the president. It's supposed to protect the sovereignty and the safety of this country, not to take care of the whole world and police and decide which dictator is going to run every country.
Switching gears, sir, if we could for a moment. You're opposed, let's talk about the economy here. You're opposed to cutting a deal to raise the debt ceiling. You've argued that we should just let that deadline come and go and that we'll survive without a financial crisis. But in a press conference today, the president disagreed.
Well, I want to address what I've been hearing from some quarters, which is, well, maybe this debt limit thing is not really that serious. We can just pay interest on the debt. For the U.S. government to start picking and choosing like that is not going to inspire a lot of confidence. Moreover, which bills are we going to decide to pay? Are we really going to start paying interest to Chinese who hold treasuries, and we're not going to pay folks their Social Security checks?
So, sir, which bills would you pay, or do you dispute the whole proposition?
Well, for the president to imply that we don't think it's serious, matter of fact, we think it's very, very serious. We just think that continuing the process is worse than facing up to the facts that we're out of money and we're flat out broke. So he should never challenge and tell us that we're not seriously worried about this.